everyone. You're humbly welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Rufina Tankia, and if you are new to this channel, please, you're welcome, and please consider subscribing to the channel so that you become a part of this family. And to my returning subscribers, a very big thank you to you for always stopping by. So in this video, I want to share with you all how to prepare bitterleaf soup. Yes, bitterleaf soup is very native to my people of Upper East in Ghana, and we usually eat this particular soup with TZ. TZ is a staple food which we enjoy in northern Ghana a lot. I'll leave a link to how to prepare TZ on this video so that you check it out. So this is how the bitterleaf plant looks like. This is how the plant looks like. Usually they don't grow this particular plant with seeds. It's just the stem. So you basically have to cut. So let's say something like this. You cut any part of the plant, then you plant it on the soil and it will grow. It's a plant that can survive in any type of soil, but the best soil for it is loamy soil. Yes, so let's get right into the video, and then I'll take you through how to prepare this delicious soup, which is loaded with a lot of nutritional benefits. I'm very sure that you are going to enjoy the video, and do leave a comment if you also prepare bitterleaf soup in your country, and leave a comment where you are watching us from. So let's quickly go over our ingredients. So right here we have the bitter leaves that has been nicely chopped up. We had the leaves washed before we chopped it up, and here we have our groundnut, the raw peanuts. Yes, and here is amani or dried fish and locust beans, the two balls. Yes, and then we have some guinea fowl. So basically these are the ingredients you are going to be using. The two balls that you are seeing, the black ones, the dawa or locust beans, which we use for our soups in Ghana. It gives the soup a very nice flavor and taste. So I'm getting the water ready to boil, then we begin the process. So I've just kept the water on the stove. So we are going to be boiling the water, then continue with the rest of the process. I'll make sure to take you through the process, very detailed one, so that you get to learn every bit of it. So right here, I'm going to wash the vegetables, the bitter leaves. So that is what I'm doing, washing the vegetables. These are vegetables, you have to make sure that the vegetables are very well clean. So I had them washed 2 times. Yes. So we are done washing the vegetables, the bitter leaves. So the next thing to do is to transfer it into the boiling water. So the reason why you have to boil the water before adding the vegetables is to help speed up the cooking process. When the water is boiled before the vegetables are kept inside, it helps the process to be fast. It helps you to cook very fast. Once you have all the vegetables in the boiling water, the next thing to do is to go ahead and stir everything together. You try to immerse the vegetables in the boiling water so as to help the vegetables to evenly cook. At this stage, you would then go ahead and cover the saucepan to help the vegetables to boil quickly. So our bitter leaves have been boiling for quite some minutes now. So I'm just trying to check to see whether the leaves are cooked. So I'm just stirring. Then I'll take some of the leaves, touch and see whether they're soft. So I touched and it was not soft. So we will continue with the cooking process. So over here we have some blended tomato, pepper, onion and ginger. This is our raw peanuts, the groundnuts. So I'm just trying to clean them up. You know, during the processing of the groundnut, there might be some impurities like sand and all that. So you need to wash it very well to get rid of all those impurities. So that is what I'm doing right now. So traditionally in my hometown of Rongo, we usually use mortar and pestle to pound the groundnut very smooth and then use it for cooking. But technology has made things easier, so I mostly use the blender to blend the groundnut into a puree. Yes, like a paste. So I basically add water to the groundnut, then I blend. That way you have your blended groundnut looking like this. So we'll be using that to cook our bitter leaves. Now I'm going in again to check on our leaves. So I'm basically going to check whether the leaves are soft enough to wash them now. Yes, so I have checked and the leaves were soft, so I took it off from the stove and then I'm going to add water to it and then strain that water out, because at this point it's very hot. You don't want to burn your hands, so you don't need to put your hands in this water. Just strain it out. We are done straining the hot water from the leaves, so what I'm just going to be doing basically is to wash the bitter leaves. I'm just trying to get rid of all the bitterness from the leaves. Other people prefer to have some bitterness in their soup, but for me, I usually like to get rid of all the bitterness from the leaves. Yes, so this is how we wash the leaves in my village in Avrongo, Ghana. This is how we wash it. We cook the leaves before we wash the bitter leaves. So I've watched other videos, especially from Nigerian YouTubers, and they usually wash the bitter leaves before they cook the bitter leaves. Yes, so I see some difference when it comes to the washing of the bitter leaves between the two countries. So I think this was the third time I was washing the leaves. So all you need to do is to keep adding water to it, to keep adding water to the leaves and gently be squeezing like I'm doing. So the aim is to get the water to run clear. So when the water runs clear, that is when you get to know that the bitterness are out of the leaves. You are free of bitterness. So we are done washing the leaves and this is what we are left with. So I'm getting some water, then I'll boil, then continue with the cooking. This is our water. To that we'll add some blended tomato, pepper, ginger, and then some onion that we blended earlier. So we'll cover this up and allow it to heat for a while, then we continue with the rest of the cooking. This is our meat, the protein, guinea fowl. This is a smoked guinea fowl. Be adding it to the heated mixture that we have here. So I'm going to drop that in the mixture. So I had the protein, the smoked guinea fowl, wash off camera, so that's why you didn't see me washing it. So I'm just going to gently stir it and then we will cover it up and allow it to boil. We want to have it soft because it has been smoked. It's a bit hard, so we want it to be soft. So to that I'll add some salt, just to give it some nice taste. So this is after some few minutes and I'm checking up on it. I'm just going to add some pounded dried fish and the dawa, the locust beans that I showed you earlier. So I just added that to it for flavor and then some nutritional value. So right after you add in your dried ingredients like amani, which we call in my local dialect amani also, and then the dawa, which we call in my local dialect kasim, we call it cho. So you gently have to stir everything together to combine. Added more water to it, and to that I will add in our blended raw peanuts that we blended earlier with water. So I'm just going to add that to the mixture. Because the groundnut was too much, I didn't add everything, I left some. So I'm quickly going to stir everything and then cover and allow to boil. Be sure to let your groundnut boil enough, because if you don't boil your groundnut very well, you have problems with your stomach. You may end up having some stomach upsets and all that. So you have to let the groundnut to boil very well. At this point, our mixture has been boiling for a couple of minutes, I think 2 minutes now. So I'm going to stir it so that it doesn't get burned, because with the groundnut, if you don't stir, it will burn. So I'm just going to stir, and then the next thing to do is to add our vegetables, the bitter leaves. At this point, it's time to add the bitter leaves to the mixture. I'm just going to pour all the vegetables inside and then stir. In my local dialect, Kasim, which is spoken by some of the people of Navrongo in the Upper East region of Ghana, we call bitter leaves soup. Suwaka dra. Suwaka simply means bitter leaves and dra means soup. So, per my little research that I made when I was trying to make this particular video, I found out that the houses in Nigeria call bitter leaf soup also suwaka. So there's a bit of similarities between these two countries. We already have a lot of things in common, but this is something fascinating for me to find out. So at this point, I was just trying to check the thickness of the soup. That's why I keep lifting the wooden stick up. So I realized it was too thick, so I decided to add some water to it. So I'm just adding more water to it to make it a bit light. At this point, the thickness is okay, so I'm just going to cover it up and allow it to boil for a couple of minutes, and then we'll have our soup ready. Isn't this looking beautiful? Is the soup not looking nice? Yes, this soup is going to be nice, and it's going to go down with some TZ. This is the bitter leaves water, or the juice that we got from the first water that we strained. So this particular water is believed to have a lot of benefits. It's believed to reduce cancer risks and also lower high blood pressure, and it aids in the treatment of abdominal pains and all that. So anytime we always prepare bitter leaf soup, we always strain the water down for those who want to drink the water. It's very common in my village to drink this water. Drop a comment if you have ever taken bitter leaf water, and for what reason did you drink it. The moment of truth is here. Our soup is done. It is ready. It is ready to be eaten, and I'm so excited that this soup is finally ready. So I realized I didn't talk about the nutritional benefits of bitter leaves. Bitter leaf soup. So bitter leaf is rich in proteins, vitamins, fiber, minerals that helps detoxify the whole body and helps improve the immune system. What other soup, what other food can you get this much from if not bitter leaves? Please, my people, don't be scared about the name. Don't be scared about the name. This soup is a must go to for everyone. It's very friendly for anybody out there, whether old, young, sick, you name it, you need to eat this soup. It's very good for everyone. So I would like to encourage you all to try it out. So I had mine with some TZ. Yes, TZ made out from yellow corn. Thank you all so much for watching. Akia Lady there. Thank you for your support. Subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.